Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Millionaire Gaming. So today we're playing something cool, something special. I did not actually think I would be ever able to do this again. So today we're playing Tony Hawk's Project 8, but we're playing on an actual PSP. So, with further ado, I am doing the classic mode, and the classic mode actually has some pretty cool stuff in there. I've seen some stuff from Tyler Lasagna as well as a few other people that done it. And, you know, I thought maybe I should probably join in that bandwagon and join in on the PSP stuff. So, you're probably wondering, Millionaire Gamer, how did you get a PSP or a PSP Go? So, there's a funny story. My friend that I reconnected with after many years of not seeing one another, we pretty much haven't seen each other in about 8 years, give or take, before, you know, this was when I was telling you guys that I had my sprain. And, so, him and I started hanging out again. We actually became, I'll say kind of friend-ish, kind of acquaintances, but we're getting to that point where we're becoming friends again. So, he has all these retro consoles, and pretty much he had, you know, a freaking 32-pin Super Nintendo, as well as a Sega Game Gear, as well as, you know, a Sega CD, and many other, like, just retro art, like, consoles and stuff. So, it was really, really cool, and he was telling me, you know, he had two PSPs. He had a PSP 3000 and a PSP Go. And I thought at first, you know, if he was going to part ways with one, I thought it would have been, you know, the 3000 instead of the Go, because the Go he has is modded. It has custom firmware, and you're able to put ROM files as well as ISO files into it, and basically able to play video games for free. So it was really cool, you know. I thought this was like a big achievement that he had that. I was like, yeah, man, if anything, I said, if I can, do you think I could, like, borrow it or something? I said, if you want to part ways with the 3000, I'm more than happy to, you know, buy it. But, he never found it, so he was like, you know what, you can use the PSP Go for now. He's like, if you want it, you can have it. And I'm like, I can't do that to you, man, because, like, that's good shit, man, for real. Like, a PSP Go, like, that can actually play, like, old games, like emulators and PSP games that you can't really play anymore. Granted, the unfortunate thing is the PSP Go is very proprietary with the lack of the UMD drive, as well as the port. The port is what was kind of screwy. So we were hanging out, and I actually fixed the battery for him, because his battery was dying. It was pretty much, you know, dying completely. And I was like, hanging out with him, I was unscrewing the back and replaced it for him. That was like the easiest thing. So it was real cool, you know. Then I saw that he had Chinatown Wars, as well as Liberty City Stories, and a bunch of other ones like NFL Street 2, and just a bunch of PSP games that, you know, people would mostly play. But of course, he was telling me, you know, I can't get, you know, Underground 2 or Project 8 to work. But me being a smart cookie, I know how to do that stuff. I know how to get the proper ROM files as well as ISO files. And here we are, you know, playing Project 8 on the PSP Go. But you're probably wondering, how am I actually, like, recording off of it? There is a very, very tedious task on how everything had to, you know, work. And I will tell you, I fairly struggled with this game, as well as Thug 2 Remix. Like, I love both of these games to death. They really are, you know, my childhood. But I had a really big issue with both of these games. Maybe it's just because of the fact that my hands are so big for the PSP that it's almost like, it feels like almost impossible to do, but, you know, at least I got a hang of it. But, you know, I ended up having to do most of the challenges on easy, unfortunately. So, yeah. And also, this is actually the level on Pro Skater 1, which is pretty cool. So in this game, they actually give you a classic mode, and they have levels from different Tony Hawk games, and I will show you what levels are the specific games from, but I'll tell you how I got this recording to go. So when I had got the PSP Go, I ended up having to buy some component cables as well as a splitter. So there was an original thing called a PSP Go cradle, and I tried looking it up, on Amazon and stuff, but I ended up finding out that that shit was like $300, and I'm like, I barely don't want to spend that much money on, something that, in case if I have to give it back, I don't want to, waste that much. So I ended up getting some component cables. I ended up getting a component to HDMI splitter, as well as a memory card, just in case if he does part ways with it, I have everything settled. But if not, I can give these little things to him because his birthday is coming soon, so that's always a positive. I try to be good because we haven't been on the best terms when we were younger, but everything's kind of getting back into plan, and I'm actually happy we're talking as well as associating with each other as well as skating together. That's been fun. So it was a very tedious task just trying to get this stuff recorded. But I will say another thing that was very annoying about this game is, so in order to do classic modes, they want you to do either a specific tier, either like easy, pro, or sick. So I tried doing all of them. So with pro, you have to at least get 7 of the challenges done. Easy or am, you have to do just 5 and 4, and sick, you have to do every one. But I was like, I don't think I have the capacity to actually do all these things. So I will tell you, it was very, very annoying to figure out how to do this stuff. But I will say, I mean, I am very happy, to actually play the classic mode on this game. Because, some people, prefer emulators and stuff. But, I actually like the physical media stuff. I don't know why. It's just maybe just me. But I do like that stuff. Like, old school retro stuff as well as physical media stuff. It's cool. And plus if you ever want to, have a collection, that's cool too. That's kind of why I have like so many stuff, and that's why I often have like a collection video whenever I have an update, but sometimes I do have like digital games, so it's kind of hard to actually like show that stuff unless I show it on my capture cards and stuff. And speaking of that, this was a tedious thing to actually still get on, but so I can't use my current capture card, which is on my desktop. I have to actually use my external capture card, my Elgato HD60, and I can't use my HD60 Pro. So I was like, fuck. So I had to bring out my old laptop and had to get the software running, but that software does not want to run well with Windows 7. I don't know why. It just does not. But lo and behold, with some finagling and everything else, I got the game to actually work, run, and actually record this stuff. And, this level's not too bad. It's definitely weirder on this game for sure, because I'm so used to, like, the old school versions of this game. Maybe as well as like on Thug Pro. That's probably one thing I do kind of enjoy, the Thug Pro version of this level. But this level in general isn't too bad. Chicago. So next level we are going to is the mall. So I think with this variant of the mall, I believe it's Pro Skater 1 Mall, because it's still very lively. It's not like disheveled like the ones from Pro Skater HD as well as American Wasteland. So I will say it's at least looking pretty nice. And oddly enough, it's kind of like it runs well on the PSP, but it somehow also doesn't. It's weird. So like I feel like I would have probably had a better time if I had a more of a challenge than using the actual like just am, because I guess I wanted to just kind of figure this out, finish it up, and go on with my day. Because Oh no, some odd reason, like when I was playing this game, I had the worst headache. Literally, like, whenever I record, I try not to like get too like much of a headache or anything. And I'm very surprised with how deep this water is. Like that is some deep water. But like it's very easy, and this game is very weird with how to walk and stuff. Like, in order to walk, you have to actually press both shoulder buttons, and I tried doing both shoulder buttons, but it just doesn't work sometimes. It's just like maybe it's the console, but it's just sometimes it's broken. And you would think you're going to control the character with the analog stick, but no, you're actually controlling with the D-pad, and the analog stick actually uses as a camera. So it's just very, very confusing. It's good though, like it really is. I do like the game. It's just very confusing at these parts in the game. But I will say Maul actually doesn't look too bad. So I do give him that, you know. I'm telling you, this water, my character's not that short, I don't think. Like, he seems like almost a midget if he's in this kind of water. Like, you've seen how deep that shit was. I thought, like, the water in American Wasteland was bad, but that is rough, man. But, yeah, so, at least, I could say it's a very easy thing, and some of the challenges are just kind of very simplified. But, you know, like I said, I try to do, like, that, but I don't know. So we are on to Minneapolis, which is downtown in many video games. So, downtown, which is, you know, I don't mind this level. It looks nice. It's very shiny, oddly enough. A little blurry, but, you know, it's definitely one of those best levels, for sure. A very easy level on the, this version. But, like I said, me being on AM, that's probably the reason why it was, you know, so easily manipulative and, you know, just, I don't know. I love the game, like, I really do. Like, if I had this game back when I was younger on the full PSP thing, because I only got it, I only played a little bit of it, and then I ended up getting the next-gen stuff, like the 360 as well as the PS3 versions, and it just kind of, like, is a totally different thing. But then again, you know, playing on the PlayStation 2 port, it's almost the same as the PSP, as well as, you know, Xbox and whatever else. But, you know, I do definitely enjoy this, you know, game. But I'm telling you, look how easy the combo is. Like, that is literally the easiest combo. And I feel like maybe even a child could possibly do it. I don't know. But it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, like I said. The scoring is just definitely, I think they definitely help you on it. And, you know, one day maybe if I want to, I'll maybe do a playthrough of the full game of, you know, Project 8 on PSP. I doubt there's any, you know, differences, but, you know. But I will tell you, I very much am happy to, you know, play, you know, Thug 2 on PSP. Of course, I don't know why. It's just like, that game too, it's great, but very choppy, especially with cutscenes. Like, cutscenes don't tend to work. Like, the only way you can properly get, like, cutscenes and stuff is, like, if you're doing, I think it's, like, emulation on, like, PPSSPP, so, like, that's the best way you're gonna get a quality version of, like, the cutscenes. Trust me, that was one of my ideas of, you know, getting, you know, cutscenes from that game, and so forth. And, yeah, now we're on to our next level, and it's Marseille. Ah, yes, Marseille. The one level that is very annoying to me back when I was a kid. So, Marseille. I believe this one is the Pro Skater 2 version of Marseille. And, you know, it's pretty cool, you know, get to actually see that stuff. I actually didn't get to see if there was the secret hideout area. It may be there, but, you know, I wasn't really paying attention. I guess I was just more or less trying to, you know, complete the challenges, and oddly enough, I should have just, you know, keep using the stats, but, you know, I ended up not. I'm weird. Like, when it came to that, it was just stupid. And I couldn't see anything because my laptop was in the way of the TV, so bear with me. That's probably why my stat thing was in the way. But Marseille, what can I say? It's not bad. You know, it's typical Marseille. If I had to say, I would probably choose this one over, you know, most of the other ones. Pro Skater HD's ones, not too bad. You know, Pro Skater 1 and 2 remakes, not too bad either. Original, hell yeah, that's pretty good too. This one, it's okay. As for American Wasteland's version of Marseille, I have not played it. I know there is the Eiffel Tower in that one, and that would be very cool to see, but unfortunately I don't have that version. Maybe one day in my later life I'll obtain that one, even though I have American Wasteland on Xbox 360 as well as, you know, PlayStation 2. But who knows? And I also have American Skateland. I forgot the, you know, the DS ports. Oddly enough, the DS ports are not too bad to play. Like, the story mode's pretty okay. The only one that I just didn't enjoy playing was probably Proving Ground. That was probably like the one DS game that I actually did not enjoy. Besides, you know, motion. But, you know, motion is motion. Nothing is gonna, you know, ever change on my opinion on how Tony Hawk's motion was. Very, very terrible. I don't know why. It's just god awful. That's the best way I could describe that level and that game. Like, and it doesn't even work on the 3DS. So people that have a 3DS, I'm sorry, you're just kind of shit out of luck on that one. But I will say, this game's still quite refreshing, you know. I also like to tend to make my character look almost the same from like different ports. But however, I just wanted to make this one a little bit different, you know, because he tends to have the brighter clothes, as the other one had white shirt as well as the black on it. But the same shorts as well as the same Vans, but, you know, that's pretty cool though, either way. I will tell you, maybe one day I'll have to like actually completely do classic mode by myself. But I will say one thing that very much sucks on classic mode for this game is even if you beat the game, you can't play the levels online or free, like on Freeskate or anything. It's kind of disappointing. That's why I never enjoyed games like that. You get these special levels and stuff, and you can't even play them to only get to enjoy them in like one port, and then that's it. It's so annoying to me. It's kind of it's almost like, as they say, a cock tease, and I don't like saying that word on my channel, but that's pretty much the best way to describe it. It's just like a tease, a little taste of what you could have had but you can't have. I mean, it's still better than, you know, Pro Skater 5 by any means, but, you know, any game's gonna be better than that, but that's just my opinion. However, I will say, yeah, this game, it's pretty cool. I'm very curious of how this would have been on the DS. I don't think it'd be good. But I will tell you one thing that I'm very happy that I got to try, which was like one of the first games I got my friend on the PSP Go, was free running, and that game is still god awful to this day. So they definitely changed it a lot from the PC port to the actual like PC to PSP. Like, they actually had Adidas on the PSP version, and on PC they removed it. And I was like, why? Why would you remove it? Because you know what the acronym for Adidas is? I love it. That is a beautiful, beautiful acronym. That is my favorite thing. I'm not gonna say, but you guys can guess what it is. It's a beautiful name. I'll just say that. That's the best way to say it. And we finished this level. On to our next one. And I believe it's either Alcatraz. Yeah, Alcatraz. Yep, Alcatraz from Pro Skater 4. Yes, Alcatraz. The cool level from Pro Skater 4. One of my favorite levels, actually, on many games. And you know, I'm very surprised that none of these games nowadays actually, you know, remade this, or actually had like a concept for Alcatraz. Because like, maybe it's because it's, you know, discontinued and stuff. But honestly, this level is just so small on this version, but I love it so much. It's so cool. Like, it was such an easy level, surprisingly. But they even had little details from the actual Pro Skater 4 video game, having the actual like thing from when you do Ron's speed ramp, as well as the thing with Bam's loop. It's really cool. They actually have, you know, the darts and shit. It's just little details like that just kind of make my very small heart happy on these games. I don't know why, it just really does. And honestly, the stat points are very easy to get. Yeah, just like, I was very shocked seeing, you know, the fucking loop, as well as the baseball field. Just little details like that. It's great. However, I will say the water sound is very off-putting, because I thought maybe it would have been like a little drop, or like a dunk. But it's like you get it's like your bones crush as well as the water happening, and it's just the worst sounding combined. I think one level I'm very curious of if it's on here on like the actual like PSP thing is Rio down here from Pro Skater 2. Like, that's what I'm very much curious of, like if it actually is on this game. You may never know. Like, I'd be shocked to see if it is. But, you know, like I said, maybe one day if I'm actually willing to play the game fully and like do it from there, maybe we'll see if it's actually there. But for now, I think we'll go on to our next level, and I believe it is a underground level, which is Hawaii. One of the levels that is very, very enjoyable. No, sorry, no, it's not even. It's my favorite. Oh yeah, this is my favorite level. Fuck you. No, this is Downhill Jam, which is surprisingly one of the easier levels on this game. And you know me, I still hate this game, like this level. I hate Downhill Jam. I don't know why. I just really hate it. I have like a very bad like hatred towards it. I hate it on this one. The only version I actually liked of Downhill Jam was probably the Hoover Dam on Downhill Jam on DS. That's probably the only level variant of this game, like from the Tony Hawk series, I actually enjoyed. Because this, I don't know. It's just bad. And it says you opened up the water valve. It doesn't really have any like things towards with the thing with the valve and stuff, I'm surprised to say. But I will tell you, I still hate, you know, Downhill Jam. It's still such a terrible level. It's just very annoying, in my opinion. You know, some people might like it, you know, to each their own, but that's just not me. That's just, ugh. It's the equivalent to, like, when people hate certain songs. This level is just god-awful. I hate it so much, like, with a passion. I hate saying it like that, but it's the truth. And it's kind of funny that you can actually see some assets still on the bottom of like the level. If you've seen that little clip right there, there's like little asset things there. You know, for what this level is on this game, it's okay. Like, that's the best way I'm gonna say. It's not even okay, A-Y, it's just okay. It's just, ugh, I don't like it. I've never liked this level. It's just like the worst. Even Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake, that version of that game is just terrible too. And like, I really enjoyed that game. That's like one of my favorite video games of the Tony Hawk series, besides, you know, Underground and stuff. But for now I think it's Hawaii. But ugh, I'll say I hated that level. Ah yes, Hawaii, the first Tony Hawk's Underground level, and only one on this game. I will tell you, it's a very fun level. It very much is a good looking level too. I definitely enjoyed the atmosphere because it sounds like, you know, the ocean actually like running. I do kind of wish in some ways that they had like a day and night cycle to this level, because it's just very beautiful to see Hawaii at night. But I don't know why, that's just me. I'll tell you, the combo letters on this challenge, on this level, was pissing me off, like genuinely pissing me off, because like, you know, I try to get the special just so I could, you know, get focus and get the thing, but of course my dumbass self didn't. It's like there's no able, you know, no ability for me to get it, and like I tried to, you know, get there, and once I got into a manual, my combo ran out, and it's like at that point I could have got it, but I don't even know how that fucking happened, how I just turned that quickly. It was like a manual wall push. It was cool, like it really was. Oddly enough, but I will say, like, maybe it's just simplified this level, but I should have checked if the wallows were here, as well as, you know, fucking the evil tiki, because if evil tiki was here, that would have been cool, like, just to, you know, go in the Project 8 world, but, you know, unfortunately I didn't get to try it, because I just wanted to get this game over and done with. But maybe I'll have to check it out, like, maybe if I do a revisit or anything, maybe in the future, I'll definitely have to check out if the evil tiki was there. I will tell you, the pink hotel was cool. You know, it's still there from our adventures on Underground. You know, doing the McTwist on the helicopter roof. From the roof to that roof. I love that little detail. You just see your character laying in the ground as your skateboard goes down the fucking stairs. I loved it. I guess I was just done with that. I just kind of maybe wanted to get the game just over and done with. But our last level is the Ruins. Ah, yes, the Ruins. I call this the day that Tony Hawk was canceled. Like the world when Pro Skater 5 came out. That's pretty much the Ruins. It's a joke, but, you know, the Ruins is apparently, you know, a post-apocalyptic level. They don't really have any lore to what happened here. You know, I've always wondered what happened. Definitely, you know, it's cool to see, though. Like, I think this level is better on American Wasteland for various reasons. But I will say it's not bad on this one. I say it's definitely more of a realistic feeling on Project 8, more than American Wasteland being like arcade style. But it's not a bad level by any means, you know. It's actually kind of cool, you know, seeing the whole town in dismemberment. It's just kind of cool, you know. I will say, I think one thing I just kind of don't enjoy, maybe it's just they gave it a like a Springfield kind of vibe, like with the, you know, the power plant in the background. You know, it's cool to see, and I will say the helicopter drop is even better on this level. But other than that, you know, it's just there, nothing, you know, spectacular. That helicopter was pretty chill to see, though, and I was very surprised to do a 1620 spine transfer. However, I kind of wish that Benihana like actually landed a little bit better, because like how I just landed it is just kind of weird. And the thing that was weird with me on this one was like when your board caught on fire, it sounded like electricity for a brief moment. It's weird to explain it, but you know, it's kind of cool. But I will tell you, the water is just the one thing I don't like about the water on this game is it's not really see-through. It just kind of makes your body intangible. Maybe that's just a little nitpick on my opinion. I don't know. I'm not like, you know, a critiquer or anything, but it's cool to actually like see this game on the PSP. Well, this level on the PSP better than the, you know, some of the other like levels. They could have probably chose another level, but you know, I'm glad that they chose this one, because I don't think the Skate Ranch would have been good on this one. Well, there you guys have it. That is the classic mode on Project 8 for the PSP. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be. I hope you guys enjoy. So with that, peace out.